Yes. Ya, 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 ya. Now. The first thing you probably look for is to make sure that they can actually read words fluently. Other than that, it's sort of intangible things like a bright eye and smiling face and sense of humour and a bit of mischief perhaps is a good thing. Hopefully, and this is a big problem nowadays, hopefully they have been aware that they have a head voice. It's very useful to have good chest voice, but they may or may not have explored the head voice above that. Sometimes they don't even know they have it. And you really have to discover at audition whether they can find it. And if they can't, whether you think you can teach them to find it. I mean, in the old days I had no help. I just did it. But I mean, in more recent years, and this has become more fashionable, not only fashionable but desirable, that one has some expert singers around to help them with the technical difficulties. Although I always think the important thing is, it's very important that the singing teachers never make them feel that there are any problems with singing. And if you try and tell children too much technique, it all becomes very complicated. It's got to be natural. And of course, years ago, I mean, my old boss at Worcester would have said, "Oh, you know, don't touch singing teachers," or some, you know, they'll just make them think it's difficult. Voice should just sing. Well, that's partly true, but it is partly true. 1, 2. No breath. I do try, as we go along, to teach them about music generally, you know, and if we're doing Bird or Bach or whatever it happens to be, say something about the world when this music was being written. And then perhaps by about the age of 12 or 13, they will begin to realise that different periods of history produce different results. The other thing, and I mean this is perhaps a more obvious one, I mean I've always been interested in the actual sound. So for me sound is very important, and expressive quality, and singing in a way that is a physically enjoyable feeling, I think is important. And as I was saying to the choir here the other day, it's very important that they sound as though they're enjoying themselves. And that can even communicate itself on a CD when you can't see them. They do look a little serious, Mass. Is that the parting line, is it, you think?